still going there, gun in your hand. I'm gonna shoot my lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man.
Уилл Джонс, британский блюзмен, прославился своей оригинальной трактовкой блюзовых и рок-н-ролльных стандартов и необычной экспрессивностью исполнения. Сегодня Джонс успешно гастролирует по всему миру, представляя свою новую программу, в которую вошли его авторские обработки классических рок-песен.
the time. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Ladders bound to fall. 30 months on bed. Off the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. Good things in your past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. Hey, hey. There is superstition. Wash your face and head. Rid me of the problem. Would you do all that you can? Keep making a dead dream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to set me. Sad is my song. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alexi Lex. There is superstition. Nothing more to say. There is superstition. The devil's on his way. Won't you keep making a dead beat? Keep me going strong. Superstition, nothing more to say. There is superstition, devil's on his way. Won't you keep making it hurt? Keep me going strong. You don't want to say is my song. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the superstition ain't the superstition in the way.
Last time I ran so high, I had to catch my breath. I fallen slow and I was out of my depth. When my mom died, a huge part of me died too. But she said carry on, just like you. But I found the world that I met you. I found the world, I found you. I found you. the good, and I've drunk with the bad. I've been high as a kite, become slightly mad. I've done stupid things which I regret to this day. But my saving grace is I can say, I thank the world that I met you. I thank the world I found you. 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 I found you.
Two, three, four.
Hello. Take that off, Patsy. We're finished with that. We're finished with the pre-show. I'm telling you. We are so finished with the pre-show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to end of season 1 of Live Talking Blues. Let me get up a little bit higher. Listen, we have had some technical issues tonight. Thanks for all of our guests for being so patient. It's the end of the season, and it's great because you couldn't go out with a better bang. Tonight, we have a packed night, starting with Robert Salmons, Bob Holcomb from the Eating Blues Festival, Eating Summer Festival, we're calling it this year. Then after that, we have our blues brother from Moscow, Russia, Boris the Blade Litvintsev, and then he's with Hot Draft Productions, and then along with fellow blues music enthusiast Pete Feenstra. And then with our usual injection of live blues music from Julian Burdock, Richard Townend, and Will Johns. We're going to bring in, first of all, Boris. I know I told you to be first, but hang tight because we want to get Bob Hope and Robert Salmons in quickly. He's going to come in and tell us what's happening. This is the left. I'll let him tell you. Hang on. Come on in here, Robert. What's happening?
Hello.
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 Sorry about that, man. How you doing?
Right.
We didn't get to the sound check, but that's okay.
Gave me time to have my tea.
I know I saw you. It looked good too.
Well, that's what you meant to. That's what you're meant to do in the green room, isn't it? Eat.
Yeah, you're supposed to eat fruit and all that kind of stuff, but you look like you was getting down with some orange juice and spaghetti and all kinds of stuff. So tell us, how did last week go or last weekend go with the Ealing Summer Fest? Are we calling it?
Well, it's the Ealing Blues Festival as part of the Ealing Summer Festival. The Ealing Summer Festival covers comedy, jazz, blues, some community events. They even had a dance music event as well for the youth. So no, it went well. We reckon the turnout was about 2,500 people.
Not bad.
Which, bearing in mind the council has concerns about social distancing still and everything else, was about right for the size of the venue. It was,
exactly.
It was pretty full. bands, we had a few PA system issues, but once that was
Technical.
resolved, everybody went down a storm, and the surprise bit of the night, which nobody was expecting, was that at the end of their set, Are You Experienced, to our Hendrix tribute band, he set fire to his guitar, which nobody. He did the whole Monterey bit, and we hadn't realised he was going to do it until one of the state events managers came to me and said, he's taken a can of lighter fuel on stage with him.
Oh,
and he's got
no.
a spare guitar. So that all got us a bit by surprise. But hey, it was great. There's some fantastic photos of him holding this burning guitar up. So we got the whole Hendrix thing. And of course, the reason that we don't always book tribute bands unless they've actually got a connection to Ealing's music heritage. And of course, Mitch Mitchell, who was the drummer with Jimi Hendrix's band, grew up in Hanwell, Borders Road to be precise. He worked at the Marshall Amps shop. And of course, when he got the job with Jimi Hendrix, took him down the Marshall shop, and the rest, as I say, is history. And it was that relationship which propelled probably Hanwell's most famous industry into being a world brand. Now, so we booked the Jimi Hendrix tribute act as a nod to Ealing's heritage from Marshall Amps and Mitch Mitchell, and they were very, very good. And the burning it and smashing of the guitar was
I bet
we were just standing on the side of the stage speechless because we just didn't expect it.
So what can we expect for? Is it next weekend? Is the last weekend? Isn't it?
This coming Saturday, yeah. Well, there's somebody by the name of Cat Pearson on at 1 o'clock.
Oh, right, yeah.
Who could that be? Who could that be? Then we got quite an interesting band. They're not known on the blues circuit, but they've had a lot of play on BBC Six Radio, and they've got a lot of name followers. So they are essentially a roots band. But we just haven't seen them on the blues circuit, but they are well, and they're called the Boondock Hippie. And
Boondock Hippie. Are they on after us?
No, they're on after you. Yeah, they're on
After
at 3. And they're very good. I put a YouTube clip of them on the Ealing Blues Festival Facebook page today. So if you want to find out about them, then after that we got Big Joe Louis, who is a very, very respected figure for some time in the British blues scene.
Definitely.
Then 7 o'clock, there's Catfish with Matt Long, who's a UK Blues Awards Young Instrumentalist of the Year. And then for some reason, they've actually allowed me to close the show at 9 o'clock. And I'm bringing in my band with 2 drummers. I love loads of percussion. So
I love that. I know. It's like the Dusky Trucks band.
I love bands with 2 drummers. All that stuff.
Me too.
Fantastic, and I love Latin music, and so I've got my band with 2 drummers.
Well, where can we find tickets, or where can the public find tickets at, Bob?
Well, you just go to the Ealing Summer Festival's website, which is www.ealingsummerfestivals.com, and the ticket link is there. It's pretty easy to chase.
Okay. And then admissions and all that sort of timing will be on the website. And I guess should they bring an umbrella or something? What's the weather forecast for next weekend?
I bring an umbrella and something
because it's England.
The weather forecasts are mixed, and over last weekend, we had a couple of very light showers, but nothing serious.
Okay.
So
right. Okay.
Plastic bubbles, seats, umbrellas.
Excellent. I thank you for popping by and letting us all know about that. And sorry to hold you in the green room for so long.
It's all right.
But we will see you next weekend, I guess it will be, wouldn't it? Would you like to say hello to do you know Mr. Boris the Blade from Moscow?
No, he's
let's introduce you two, since you guys do a similar job. And let's bring in Boris. Come on in, Boris. Hello, Boris. How you doing, man? Let me take your mic off. There we go. There you go. Hi, Boris.
Hi, Boris.
Hello.
Hello, Boris. Meet Bob Holcomb or Robert Salmons. This is Boris Litvintsev. I've been trying to practice that all week. Nice to meet you.
Boris.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Okay, Bob. Well, we'll see. We'll see you next weekend, shall we?
See you Saturday in the park.
Anything else we miss? Anything else that we miss?
No, just Walpole Park, Mattock Lane, Ealing, 1 o'clock till 10:30 p.m. Cat Pearson, Boondock Hippie, Catfish, Big Joe, Louis, and myself.
And that's
What's
the
not
Bob
to like?
Holcomb band.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, man. Thanks a lot. We're going to talk to Pete Feenstra as well. So we're going to say good night to you, sir. And have a good one. We'll see you the weekend.
All good.
Ciao now, Robert. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Litvintsev. Boris, I
Hello.
apologize for that. We've had some technical problems like crazy today. And it's our last show. I want to tell everybody as well. This is the end. We're going out with a bang with the end of season 1. And we'll be
Yay.
back September 8th. We'll be back September 8th with season 2. Thanks to everybody for all your support. Our numbers are going up and up. Boris, what the heck are you doing, man?
Oh, thank you. Quite busy last few weeks,
Yeah.
getting prepared to coming 60th anniversary celebration with the big blues rock jam, kind of big stage,
Yes.
set of many musicians playing nice music for excited audience.
I see. Well, I mean, you like to bring artists over from. You brought artists over from Britain as well. Like you like to bring the artists over from Britain that had an element of fun on quotations, a kind of a live wire approach. Do you think that was the appeal? That I did take that approach because it appealed to the Russian audience, or was that just something you completely thought the audience would like?
I think it is quite general, and people are people. They, no matter how hard they manage to make their ends meet in the hard times, they really need to recharge batteries and enjoy music and art and stuff wherever they live, no matter of the territory or state or language, culture. So this is quite general thing. And this 16 months of almost total lockdown make people really be eager to entertain themselves, I think.
Exactly. And you brought the late Jimmy C over there before he passed away. Did you have to? Because Jimmy had that element of fun in him, didn't he? He always had a big smile on his face. And did you brought over 50 acts over there to Russia? Different to Russia. Did you have to
Losing Jimmy is a big personal loss for me because he's very dear and special friend. He was the first one I actually made friends with in London blues socket some 16 years ago.
16 years. And
16 years ago, I met him in 8-0 bar, but blues bar, and he was the first one who was the bravest one to come to Russia. So the first time he came to Russia in 2008, and he played sub-headliner set at the St. Petersburg Blues Festival. In the pre-show, there was a video from there, quite serious production. And this festival been run by a dear friend of mine, also late. He passed away a few years ago, Steve Nekrasov, the man who was behind this blues festival in St. Petersburg. So he booked a couple of my acts, and supposedly there was on the bill Jimmy C and Frank Ash.
I see.
also from London, but there was some issues with visa because Frank got French passport and it takes longer than British passport or Canadian passport like Jimmy's to obtain Russian visa, and Frank actually missed it. And
I
then
see.
it took more 5 times to bring Frank to Russia.
Okay.
But Jimmy is the absolute record holder. He came to Russia 9 times. And
9
for
times. That's
9 times in, let me count, in 11 years.
in 11 years. Wow, that's pretty good going. Did it take a lot to gain the trust? Because you took a lot of acts over there. Did it take a lot to gain the trust of the British artists to come over there? Or what? Once Jimmy started going, everybody kind of followed. Is that what?
Yeah, Jimmy kind of, he was kind of a pioneer. So his first visit shows to, firstly, to himself and to others that people can trust me as a promoter, and then can trust the musicians I actually provide as a backup band. And yeah, I really owe a lot to late Jimmy.
Yes.
He showed the way, so he was like trailblazer, I would say.
Yes, yes. Now, I'm a little curious, being the girl. I'm a little curious as to why there weren't that many female acts. I know you had Bex Marshall, Danny Weil, and was it Frothgill? Was it Lorna Frothgill?
Lorna Fothergill.
Fothergill, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be opening up the doors the next time the COVID is a little bit finished to bring over more female acts, or?
Yeah, it is very likely. The main thing, people here, they expect to see someone who is singing and playing equally good enough on singing and playing, let's say guitar or bass or keys, whatever. And it's hard to sell just a singer if it's not just don't get me wrong. It is hard to sell on the blues scene anything apart from anyone, female or male, from United States.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
The best is if the person is black.
Yeah.
So this kind of stuff, this kind of attitude is Pete Feenstra a few days ago in his interview asked me why I'm doing this British blues invasion while so many doing just American stuff, bringing, let's say, very unknown people over here, creating legends and myths around them and selling like big stars. But if you go to Chicago on Wabush or Clark, you will see 12 people playing on the corner, basking for a change. And you can take anyone and bring to Russia, create a legend and sell it much better than I can sell really great British acts. So this is a kind of prejudice on Russian blues market.
Yeah. Speaking of Pete Feenstra, shall we bring in Pete? And because you guys are old friends, you and Pete Feenstra, you have a similarity.
Pete is a relentless, long-time supporter of what I'm doing here. Okay. Also, we managed to meet just for a second 10 years ago at the festival, High Voltage Rock Festival in London, in Victoria Park. He was interviewing all the time, all the stars from 70s, and been busy. I just showed a respect, like a bow, and go to do my own stuff. So we just, 10 years ago, we almost met in person.
Hello, Pete. Speak of the devil. Let me get your mic. I'm sorry. I keep doing that, taking everyone's mic off. Hello, Pete.
Good evening and welcome. Oh, you're supposed to say that to me. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to you, sir.
Well, let me say this, right? I've got a crib sheet in front of me because this is what I want to tell you about Boris, all right? So, I guess one of the reasons I'm on here tonight is that I'm a fellow promoter, and the thing that binds us, apart from friendship, is the fact that we're both independent promoters. I think that's a really important thing to say. So there's 4 points I quickly want to make if I've got time about Boris.
You've got plenty of time, yeah.
One concerns him being an independent promoter. One concerns the European blues identity that he just talked about. One concerns about actually being able to take musicians over many, many miles and new territories within Russia. And the other one is just crossing over the blues to a non-blues audience. So I'll be really quick about this, but this is for you, Boris.
Okay.
You're an independent promoter, right? And I can relate to you as an independent promoter who books people that you believe in. And you establish an enduring relationship, which you just mentioned, that in turn opens the doors for cultural and musical exploration. And again, you've already said what I'm about to say, which is especially true when you have a jam band and a Russian tourist musicians playing with blues tourists, as they really are, which is a great, great thing.
Blues tourists, I like that.
Regarding the European blues identity, you're also instrumental, of course, in backing the idea of a separate European blues identity, which, though never totally divorced from its American roots, celebrates a moment in time when the British blues invasion did indeed change the world. And now you, Boris, continue to produce a new generation of music and a new body of work, which, as we all know, you record and film, which is a kind of building up an archive of another generation of British blues invasion. We should thank you for that. I think that's great. Third point I want to make, just quickly, you've done something that the Americans have always struggled to do on their home turf, which is that you've managed to take musicians like that we've got tonight, like Will Johns and Julian Burdock, and you've promoted them over long distances all over Russia, which is an incredible thing. Whereas in America, they struggle to break out of any territory because it's just so big. And you have the same problem, but you've managed to do it in Russia, which is unbelievable. And then there's people like Richard Townend, who are on the show tonight, who's a more lyrical-driven musician, who's now really well known in Moscow. And I think that's absolutely brilliant, you know. And, anyway, just to finish this one off, because I'm going on and on.
That's quite all right.
Well, American blues musicians are, you know, at club level, they struggle to break out of a particular area. And you've done this. And in doing so, one interesting facet that I imagine has been the case is that when I was talking to Julian Burdock on my show, for example, and Will, they've told me these stories of getting on trains and going miles across Russia and all the rest of it, and meeting incredible people. And you've actually programmed, you've just mentioned St. Petersburg there, but you've programmed your blues acts, the British Invasion blues acts, I imagine, into some festivals in front of people who probably didn't even know it was blues. Yeah. But they loved it. Particularly, a great example would be Jimmy C. We've already talked about his smile and the way he engages a crowd, but not many people can do that. But he was a great, great ambassador. You brought him, you were instrumental in doing this, bringing him over there and introducing people to music they thought they probably wouldn't like, and they actually loved it. And to finish off on a personal note, many years ago, in the mid-'80s, I was in Samarkand, believe it or not, watching a function band in a hotel. And when they finished playing Michael Jackson or whatever else they were playing, they had a blues jam at the end of it. And the great thing was about 25 people, I'm not going to exaggerate, but about 25 people in that audience all stuck around and listened and said, this is what we want to hear, you know. Anyway.
Where were you, Pete? Where were you?
Samarkand. It's way out in the east part of Russia. It's the Asiatic part with the temples and everything, you know. It's
amazing. Yeah.
Who'd have thought I'd be listening to blues in a place like that?
Exactly.
With Boris around, I probably will in the future. So there we are.
Exactly.
So there you are. It's a bit of a ramble, but that's for you, Boris. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was absolutely brilliant. I mean, what a segue. Perfectly done. I mean, Pete, you yourself are journalist and broadcaster on Get Ready to Rock Radio, and between you and Boris, you've brought blues out to the wider audiences, and we appreciate you as well for doing that. I mean,
the other thing we didn't mention was the fact that, you know, two more things I want to say, and then I'll shut up.
Keep going. No, you're good. You're good, because we got a lot of guests.
I mentioned it. You know, you brought in a new generation of British blues players. That's the really important thing. We need to try and get more women, and we've said that, and it's equally difficult in the UK and Europe. Probably only Thomas Roof in Germany has got a handle on that. He signed up a lot of young blues acts. The only person I can think of in the whole of the blues world that's actually been proactive in that respect.
Yes,
So
definitely.
you know what to do about that.
Yeah.
And-
Thomas
and,
Ruth
yeah,
likes to.
anyways, sorry, go on.
And as Boris was saying about an artist playing an instrument and singing, and that's what Thomas Ruth is doing as well. A lot of his female artists are actually guitarists, singers as well, and so
Yeah.
that holds true.
And the final thing is, this is a great thing for musicians. I mean, I see, I'm not going to mention names here to embarrass anybody, but I see a lot of people who've been over to Russia now, and indeed Europe, you know, in
Yeah.
European blues festivals, who, when they come back to Britain, the British blues scene, and Kat will know this, isn't very big. It's a niche market.
It's niche.
But of course, we have as much valid history, not as long, but we still have that valid history, the British blues invasion, and all which continues, you know, to inspire all sorts of bands, be it via the Stones, or be it via John Mayall, or be it via Fleetwood Mac, who commercialised the whole thing, you know. And again, Boris is instrumental in doing this, keeping that lineage going. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was a bunch of musicians who would struggle, particularly in the UK, and less so in Europe, but they're still not that well known, to go to Russia and commune and engage an audience. And then Jimmy C would be a great example of this. He beavered away in Britain for years, and he got his own niche. Everybody knew who he was, and he built it up and built it up. But to go to Russia and suddenly be able to play a great big festival like that and go down a storm, that is what it's all about. And well done again, Boris.
Jimmy C. We met Jimmy C. in Spain at the Ain't Nothing But the Blues. They had the Mijas Blues Festival,
right?
And Kevin, the owner, used to do that. And at the time, I was going over there as well to play, and that's where I met Jimmy C. down there at the Mijas Blues Festival. Did you ever go there, Boris? Did you go to Mijas?
No, I haven't been there, but I know about it, and I've seen posters of this festival 2006 and 2007 in Ain't Nothing But, where I spent so many nights seeing so many acts those days.
Exactly. So let's carry on. So we have. I mean, you're gonna stay with us for a little bit of time, aren't you, Pete?
Yeah.
Because I just also wanted to bring up that little thing you touched on about the British blues invasion in Russia, and there's a parallel, isn't there? I think you mentioned in one of your excerpts. There's a parallel between in the '60s when the Stones over at the Ealing and the Crawdaddy and the Ealing, you know, at the Eel Pie Club, how they made that explosion to the public with the blues, and then what Boris is doing over there in Russia. It's that same kind of pioneering type of feeling, isn't there?
It's a pioneering feeling, but of course the big difference is that when the British blues invasion went to America, there was holding up a mirror to his own cultural heritage that they didn't even know about.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
If you were black and played blues,
they brought that back.
Blues, yeah. Whereas with Boris, he's actually breaking a new audience.
Yes, this is true.
Audience. Although,
Boris,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Boris, but how are the Russians? Like you said, Pete, you were way up in the Baltics or something, listening to the blues. How are they accepting? Do they understand the culture of it, or is it just or is there someone teaching the culture as well as or just they just enjoy that what the music feels like?
I would say that generally, in cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, two biggest cities, the audience mostly into blues and rock music, and also they have some serious musical background. Those who are coming to our gigs over the years, all of them, or mostly, most of them, got serious musical background. Some of them are from generation of 60s or 70s. Some are very young, probably children of those who are from 60s, but brought up in the good, I would say, good music environment, no bullshit. So they somehow know the heritage, the roots of British blues invasion. All those names like Alexis Corner, Graham Bond, John Mayall, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, whoever, Peter Green, they are well known in Russia between these people in main cities. In local provincial cities and provinces where we go, people just want to be entertained, and for them, foreign musician is kind of a sign of quality of the act, and they have very little idea about blues, about no idea about the actual musician. They just go to be entertained, and they always got much more than they can expect, because we always provide the absolute top level of the entertainment, no matter who was touring, because all the acts, they are really into what they are doing. And I always put great backup musicians, very talented, very well trained, who can play anything. And they, my guys, my boys in Moscow, they eager to learn more good music and to play with good acts in order to improve their knowledge of music and ability to play.
Great. Well, we have a great act that you brought along. Let's cut to a little bit of music. By Julian had to go to a gig tonight, so he's not here. But we want to play one of his videos. Patsy, can you put that video on? I got some titles here, but I can't remember. It was about Russia. It wasn't the title. Oh yeah, Patsy, I love that. Thank you for playing that, Patsy. That was a Julian Burdock with the title "Tear It Up in Russia." I believe the title.
This actual video been shot in the studio of one of the biggest in Russia musical shops, and they in couple of years they've been holding these video sessions. When some foreign musicians toured in Moscow and play some gigs, they invite those musicians to play just newly came instruments in order to promote, to advertise it. And also it was win-win situation for musician and the store. So I am glad I've been related to promoting Julian and 15 more acts played in this shop's studio, and we've got a lot of videos produced like that.
Fantastic. I love that. Can you tell us a little bit about the during lockdown you made a was it 16 CD box set?
Yeah. Before we follow
Yeah.
up with this 16 CDs box set, I would say that 2 years ago, Julian and his 24 Pacers have released 5th album. So not 4, critically acclaimed, but 5. Also, I released 2 albums here in Russia on my British Blues Masters series on Hot Draft Productions, and one of them been recorded during his very first tour in December 2014. It's very, very good live album. Recorded straight. We traveled 17 hours from Moscow to the city of Saratov in a very slow going train. And Julian got just 1 hour to rehearse with local band, and they started to play. And front of house sound engineer managed to make multi-track recording. And a few months after, they sent me the preliminary mix and asked if it is not too bad to show Julian to obtain his approval or something. So I sent the that mix to Julian. He made a few notes, remarks how to improve it. They did it, and I released the album. It's a great
Straight
story.
away. Oh, that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Almost like a one take album, you know. I mean that's what
back to 16 CDs box set. Here
That's
we go.
it.
Let me show you.
Please. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Put
So
it
this
closer.
is it. Can you see it?
That's it. Yeah, that's what we see. A little bit of shine, but I got
I
a
got
big up
one
my
of them
screen.
as well.
Yeah, you
Hey.
got one.
Boom. My cross.
And I want to thank you for my T-shirt that you sent me as well.
Ah, you like it?
I do like it. I've been so busy. I meant to have it here.
Great
who is
stuff.
this one?
Redford,
Oh yes, 16
Owen
bucks.
Holston.
So was that recording all in one?
John
obviously
Martin.
was- yeah.
This year, UK Blues Awards holder as
Oh,
the
he's a
best
John Martin.
acoustic act.
Okay.
Then Ron Sayer. Then, can you recognize the man? Julian Burdick himself
What's
in
up,
person.
Julian?
Hey, here
Yes.
we go.
Put that
Then Jack J. Hutchinson.
Okay.
Then Joe Namer.
John Amer, yeah.
Then Ash Wilson. The next one, Richard Townend. Hello,
Hey,
Richard. Can you see it?
Richard. How many tracks on each album? Are they all different variants?
Roughly 12 to 17.
And they were
Great.
Go ahead.
Dave Ellis.
Yes.
Then we can see young Chrissy Matthews, who just signed a deal with Roof Records. Also here, Matt Long, also holder of this year UK Blues Awards.
Oh, Matt Long Blues. Okay.
And last but not least, Bex Marshall.
My
Here we
girl
go.
Bex. Yes.
Yay! The only girl on the box set.
I love Bex.
And the
I know she's holding up.
bonus CD, Merry Bluesy Christmas and Happy Rockin' New Year.
Oh.
I released it a year ago, and it is opened with Great Late Jimmy C track.
I'm so gonna get that one. Is it
Yeah.
all Christmas songs?
Happy Christmas. Jimmy C song is open this bonus disc.
Okay.
So, this actual box set have been released as a result of last year lockdown online invasion.
That's right.
This box set is nothing else but online invasion anthology showing how people tried not to get bored and tried to earn little money.
Yes.
So I organized 15 and 12 to 20 people being at every show. From the very beginning, we decided that we need to record all those shows just to have like a testimony of how we actually been living in 2020
Yeah, definitely
under
have a record.
lockdown and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
So
it's difficult
this
for
is
everyone.
it, and it is very limited edition, only 100 copies printed. A few of those I sent to some like journalists, radio
yeah,
hosts, and all.
That's it.
Some have been pre-ordered in the very beginning, and the guys who actually pre-ordered it from UK and from Russia, they helped me to cover expenses, but I still need to sell at least 25 copies to cover initial expenses, and
Boris,
then hopefully would earn some profit.
Yes,
would be nice.
Tell them where they can get those copies at.
Because since March 2020, I haven't earned a penny, because all my acts scheduled to 2020 to last season have been cancelled, obviously due to pandemic, and the online invasion was the only option we actually can manage to do. So if people would buy the last like 70 copies of this box set, it would be nice and would help me to make my ends meet and to survive until the times the borders will be opened and I will be able to bring all these beautiful acts to Russia and relaunch British Blues Invasion to Russia.
Yes. Now, Boris, where can they get those albums, that box set? Where should they go to? Hot Draft?
The best way is to find my Facebook page, British Blues Invasion to Russia, and send me a personal message, and I will send options, prices, and the way how they can pay for it. Quite easy. Mostly it is just PayPal, normal stuff. PayPal address.
PayPal,
the actual parcel is going to the respectable owner.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess maybe I should mention that. I might have to try to mention that Bob Holcomb, you're there. Maybe we could try to get that album out to some of your audience at one of the festivals. I'm not sure how we can hook that up, but there might be a way that we can see if we can get. Are you got a merchandising table there, Bob?
The trouble is, here in Russia, we get more and more tight control by the government and customs and revenue office over anything people doing here. And by some stupid reason, PayPal haven't recognized my business account, so I cannot hold and manage to run the proper internet shop.
I see.
But only way is just to buy it from me like a person.
Okay.
Not from like a business, you know.
Okay, well, we'll go over to your Facebook page there, and that's the British Blues Invasion on Facebook to find Boris there and get that 16 set box set, the Invasion to Russia Festival. Listen, first, let's take a little break. Richard Townend, you're there. Hello, Richard, because Richard was one of the CDs that you held up, Boris. Richard, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Thanks for waiting for us, and thanks for waiting through sound check and all that stuff. I know Julian had to go, but I just wondered, we'll have a little chat with you in a bit, and also for Will Johns in a bit as well. But I just wonder if you wanted to give us a live song, please, Richard. You got your guitar there, and we're entertainment chat show. And
so this is a song that I wrote for guitarists. So Mark Knopfler is a fantastic guitarist, and he had a guitar, and it's rubbish. And he's rubbed it down and he resprayed it and he's put different pickups on it. He's done everything with it and it's still rubbish. And so he can afford any guitar in the world, but he's still got this guitar. And asked why he's got that guitar. And he said, well, it's a friend. The guitar's a friend. You know, it's been there when I've been low. It's been there when I've been happy. So I wrote this song called Best Friend. So it's something, it goes something like this.
Okay.
Every time I get the blues, I pick up my old friend. Always there when I need her. Her I can depend. When I'm feeling lonely, life's a kind of strain. I pick her up, her on my lap, and I wash away my pain. Best friend, baby. Best friend, baby. She's my best friend, baby. Best friend I ever had. Back in 1975, when I was a boy at home, stripped with a friend of mine, right back to the bone. She wasn't shy or bashful, I rubbed her up real good. And now she sits in private place in the best neighborhood. Best friend I ever had. 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 Well, I fooled around with others, I hated her sometimes. Stood by me always while I only paid you dimes. She wasn't shy or bashful, I rubbed her up real good. And now she sits in private place in the best neighborhood. Best friend I ever had. Best friend I ever had. Best friend I ever had. Best friend I ever had.
Right, I'm gonna do one that's
She's my best
Woohoo! Yes. Excellent, 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 excellent.
Thank you.
Best friend. There's a thumb. Got the thumbs up there, Patsy. Thank you. Little thumb comes. It was so quick, you guys didn't see it. Never mind. So let me see now. So we you know, when we play, we spoke about playing in Russia and the provinces and things like that. And I guess when you're playing out in the provinces in Russia, the same as you're playing outside of London, you do get a stronger energy from the people because they're hungry for music, isn't it? I guess there's something good about that. I always enjoy playing outside London because it just seems like.
I mean, to be honest, I've only ever done Moscow, but let me just advertise that.
Live in Moscow, yes.
And yeah, it's fantastic. I love going to Russia. I most of all, I just enjoy having my little coffee cups full of whiskey and coffee and chatting with Boris and setting the world to rights. Really.
What mixing coffee and whiskey together?
Yes.
Well, it's what you do in Russia.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I would say what I do at my kitchen.
Yeah,
you do in your kitchen.
Friends, not for everybody.
In Spain, we have something like that called calajillo, and you'll have a coffee with the brandy, and that's something that you can definitely have in the morning. We don't really do that in Britain too much, but yeah, when you go to other countries, it's a whole different drinking culture. But we won't go there right now.
Brilliant.
That's for sure. but you had a lot of artists that come over there, and I was just thinking, the British artists that came over there, Boris. Do you think that they do you think it was a bit of a culture shock to them in the beginning? Do you think that it was like so
to
different?
them, again, like I said to Peter's question about a week ago, the same question. I assume, I'd say I'm quite positive. Most of the guys who were coming, they probably have no idea what to expect, and anything they can imagine was inspired by their childhood impression of not smiling people marching on the Red Square on all those military parades from the black and white TV set in their childhood. The only thing they can imagine and expect. And when they came, they have seen something completely different, especially in terms of how the audience accept the music, accept the appearance of the musician on stage, how they eager to listen, and they eager to share something very personal with every musician. This is a very special stuff.
Yes, exactly. Well, we're talking about the people being eager. There was a we got another video to play, but before that, I don't want to think about that video right now. I want to talk about this video that let's bring. Hey, Will, you there? I see Will. Hell yeah. Let me see.
Hey, Will.
What's that? That's what I thought. That's what I think. I'm like, Will, are you there? Because that's all I can see.
Hey,
Will.
Hey, you on the orbit. How you can hear us?
Major Tom.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, pretty good. Fantastic. Will, listen, man. How you doing, man?
Real good. I just landed.
Well, yes. And I'm just about to take off. Patsy, can you get that video ready for the prison, please? Because Boris and Will, you guys were in a video that we saw, and that you played in a women's prison for about 200 women. It was a top secret place for these women who were convicted for various reasons, and tell us a bit about it, Boris, because the story was so captivating when you told me about it on Sunday. It's.
Will kill me later, but I will tell the truth. It was the second time Will Jones came to Russia, and he came with his then buddy Malcolm Bruce.
Yes.
And after playing one show in Moscow in the theater, along with folk band from
hang on, Patsy.
Very small Federal Republic of Mordovia. So there was a ethnic pop band from there who played and sang with Will Jones. Straight after that, after a couple of hours of sleep, in, I don't know, 6 o'clock, we already started and went far away from Moscow, having 2 girls from that ethnic band on board, so 5 people, and drove some 650 kilometers.
Wow.
To enter the area, which is very sadly known because of many camps, labor camps, and prisons are located there. It was agreed, because the actual expedition was organized by myself and a few of my friends who are travelers and journalists. It was agreed that we would be playing, the guys would be playing in the prison, but we have no idea the prison would be women's prison for serious convicts. I would let Will to express his feeling about that experience when he came there, when he entered the room.
Yes.
Will, what did
What
you
was that like,
felt
Will?
at the moment?
Well, I wasn't expecting that anyway. You know, in Western Europe, we had like 300 or 400 or 600 years of killing women, burning them as witches if they were pretty, if they were intelligent, if they were anyway showing in any sort of ingenuity or creativity, or especially if they were healing people or looking after people and all of a sudden making them well, burn them. They're a witch, obviously, you know, and they used to try and drown them, and if they floated, they were a witch, and if they sank, they drowned and couldn't swim. I think in Russia, not so much.
Yeah,
you know?
But these women in that prison, I mean, they weren't serious offenders, or they just offended for like maybe killing a husband because he was brutalizing her or something like that. What do you?
Of course, you know, he's drunk on vodka or whatever, and he comes in and takes whatever few tiny rubles that the wife has left and has managed to hide away, but he is getting aggressive. Where are those rubles? I need to go out with the men and drink or whatever. And she's like, no, I need to look after these children. Screw you, here's the knife, and finally you're gonna get it, Jim. But the reconviction rate or the reoffending rate was 1% or less, which was explained to us by the authorities. But I tell you what.
Well, that's the reoffending. He's dead. So what's the reoffend?
Well, also they did, you know, with these ladies, they re-educated them and they trained them and they made sure that they were equipped to you know, be productive, I guess, in society after, you know, after they were let out. And so that's what I'm saying is that the reoffending rate then was just incredibly, incredibly low. But to walk out there and try and sing songs, a room full of women who all of them were in a very, very dark place, but all of them, every single one, absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
Really? Wow.
I had a lump in my throat.
Oh, what? Hey, can we look at that video? Because we've got a little bit of clip. Patsy, why don't you get that video up for us? Let's have a look at that video because I think it's only like a minute or something. Because she's reduced it to something. I see. Now, you and Malcolm, like Boris says, you and Malcolm Bruce were the only four musicians who's managed to get inside that prison, who have ever been in that prison. That's something amazing in itself, you know? Gosh.
Well, it was kind of freaky.
Yeah, I would say not in this prison, in any prison in Russia.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Was it cold in there? I'm thinking, why did that jacket?
This actual footage haven't been seen ever before publicly.
This is exclusive. You've seen it here at Live Talking Blues TV. This is the debut exclusive. And with this will, Boris, and for all of you guys, this will be up on YouTube. It goes up straight away on YouTube and on Facebook. So you're able to take the link and keep the link and use it for wherever you like.
Something to say.
Yes, Boris?
I have something to say.
Yes, okay. You have to raise your hand.
This particular trip, adventure, was like a pilot for a series, TV series we're supposed to shoot in a few months in ahead. But we cannot manage to get any sponsorship and did it all on our own funds and went bankrupt actually. And Will is the witness of all that. We're supposed to shoot a few TV series when a few British musicians going to different areas of Russia with very strong native music culture, trying to connect musically with local people and make build bridges between absolutely different culture, breaking through the language barrier, talking only music-wise.
That's right.
And apart from the footage of the nature, which is everywhere, is fucking beautiful. It would be very interesting to see how people have no ability to express themselves on their native language. They communicate in musical language.
In music, yeah.
And it's supposed to be something like a mix between Top Gear and the Spinal Tap.
Okay.
If you can imagine. So no one in Russia actually interested in sponsor it. But I am sure that these days, if I would find someone who would sponsor a few pilot series, including to use this exclusive footage from this trip 6 years ago, we can go to Netflix and sell it for multi-million deal for that, because this content would be absolutely groundbreaking.
Oh,
Will,
yes, definitely.
Are you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely.
Yes, man. You are one of those 3 people who's supposed to be a host of this video TV series.
Well, thanks, Boris. Can I play a song now?
Yes, please.
I was just going to say that, Will. You took the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead and play a song, sweetheart.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say, all of these guys I respect greatly that we've seen so far. Julian, I saw him up in Norfolk at the Butlins gig. I don't even know, can't remember what they even call it, but it wasn't important. I was there with Clive Rawlings, and I loved Julian's set. In fact, I think I got to see him for 2 days in a row. And that was great because I liked him when I saw him the first time, and then I liked him even more when I saw him the second time the next day. Yeah. It was kind of like double bubble I got from that.
Okay.
Pete, I met a long time ago as well with Clive as well, when Pete had Stoney Curtis and
Pete Feenstra.
Pete Feenstra I'm talking
about. Who else would bring Stoney Curtis over?
You know what
I'm still paying for it now, but he was fantastic.
Stoney's gone on to be, a great friend and stuff, and I had a great time with him.
Yeah. Well, Pete's brother with Joe Bonamassa as well. He started out with him back in the day, didn't you, Pete?
Just a light. You looked down on the earth, and everybody was a little shining light. That's Stoney Curtis and Pete and Boris and Julian just shine just a little bit brighter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, beautiful.
God bless you.
I know.
I'm going to play
Go
this
ahead.
song now. This was
Play a song.
it only started out as a silly little thing because I pulled this plywood shitty guitar off the wall in the Ranelagh, and I just started playing because I happened to have a slide in my pocket, and it became this song, Blues Daddy, just a little thing, and then it's recently become the title of my most recent album, and it got to #1 in the UK Roots chart, Roots Music Report chart, and that's good enough for me, and I'd like to play it for you now. Thank you very much, all of you guys. Bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Go ahead.
What do I do? Where I go? Play those blues, Daddy, all alone. What do I do when I get home? Play those blues, Daddy, all night long. In the early morning and late at night, gonna play those blues, Daddy, play them right. When the moon and stars both shine, play those blues, Daddy, one more time, yeah! What do I do? Where I go? Play those blues, Daddy, all night long. What do I do now when I get home? Play those blues, Daddy, all alone. In the morning and midnight. Play those blues, Daddy, better play them right. When the moon and stars won't shine, play those blues, Daddy, one more time.
Give it up to Will Jones. And that's from your latest album, Blues Daddy. Where can they find that at? On your website, or what's it?
Just simply my website, willjones.com.
Will Jones.
All day long.
All right, that sounds good to me. And Boris, we know where to find everybody. I guess you have to let everyone tell the audience where they can get a hold of 16 box set, where they can buy tickets to Ealing Blues Festival, where they can listen to Get Ready to Rock Radio, and where they can listen to Richard Town and where's your next gigs and stuff like that. So should we do a little bit of that? Because we need to. I've tried to put it on the site, but we also need to put it. Boris, again, where can they find the 16 box set and also the British Blues Invasion CDs?
Please go to Facebook page British Blues Invasion to Russia and drop me a line if you're interested. I will send the anyone who is interested all the links and all the options, how to obtain it, how to pay, and very next day you pay me on PayPal. It would be on your way.
Okay, great, thank you. Now, Peter Feenstra, you are on Get Ready to Rock Radio on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. You're also writing for, is that Classic Rock Magazine?
No, I used to. I used to write for Classic Rock Blues, the blues magazine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which lasted, I think it lasted about 6 or 7 years. It was a really
Yeah.
good magazine.
It was a good magazine.
Actually, the interesting thing about that, which I don't know, I wasn't going to talk about this, but the reason it didn't go anywhere ultimately is the very same problem that blues has now, and it's one thing that Boris is actually doing something about, and it's the fact that we all grew up, people of a certain age, my age anyway. I'm probably older than the rest of you, but you had giants of the genre. You had the old Chicago guys, then you had the British blues invasion guys, then you had the Stones, but there hasn't been anybody in the last 20 or 30 years that's been able to carry on that mantle at that level, on an international level. Now that's got nothing to do with talent or creativity or anything like that, because we've had some great players in the last 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, it's the demographics of it all. You should
What do
never
you mean?
lose sight of the fact, whether it's blues or whether it's not, it's pop music. It's all pop music. It's popular music. It only lasts a certain amount of time.
They don't put it on terrestrial radio. You can't. You have to go off to the boondocks or onto the internet to even listen to a blues song. I mean, back in the day, it would come on KKJLH, on just your normal.
But that's true. But there is one other strand of thought, which is this, and I subscribe to this. You see, you've got a thing called the blues, and we all pay lip service to the blues. Now, none of us are black, none of us pick cotton, and we can't have any meaningful economic or social thread to that music other than being moved emotionally, right? What you can do, however, is you can have blues as a catalyst rather than a genre. It can be a catalyst for everything from hip hop to folk music to in and out jazz, which came first, jazz or blues, whatever. But that's its importance now in my eyes. If you're looking for
common ground, isn't it?
Huh?
It's common ground. It's something that resonates with you, and that's your frequency, that's your vibe, that's your thing, that's your color, that's your whatever it is, whatever label you want to give it. It doesn't matter. That's your thing. That's what that's what we attune to. That's where we lean. That's what turns us on.
Absolutely right. But I think ultimately it's two things. It's emotion. And we're looking at Richard over there, who's a great lyricist. I'm not putting you on the spot. He's a truly great lyricist. And, that's another thing that is very, very depressing about contemporary blues. Very, very few people, I'm going to swear now, very, very few people write about anything that's fucking relevant to what's going on in the world today. When you consider what's gone on, whether it's a conspiracy theory or not, it's self-evident, whether it's the weather turning or the COVID thing or the banks going bust. Who's writing about that stuff in any
way? Did they back in the day?
Yeah, this young man is. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Behind a white shirt, Richard Townend. There he is.
Yeah, I know Richard.
Dylan of Essex.
I would like to add that young Chrissy Matthews also wrote a couple of songs, very nice songs, about these sad times of lockdown and COVID, all this shit. So if you check his new album, who's supposed to be released on Roof Records, there would be 2 or 3 pieces written by him about this. So there's like his response to contemporary circumstances.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think he's not only one.
Good. Because, if you are claiming to be a blues artist, you're going to have to define blues to keep it relevant to, anybody who's a lot younger than you. It hasn't brought upon the people we were talking about earlier on, Otherwise, it just becomes an aspect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Before we carry on, let's have a look at Smuggler's Blues, Patsy, and just see one of our takes on Will John's take on that, Patsy, if you don't mind. We'll carry on. She's bringing it up now. Let's have a look.
Nice hat.
I didn't think he'd kill. Everything exploded and the blood began to spill. Baby, here's your ticket, yeah. Suitcase in your hand. Here's a little money now. Do it just the way we planned. You'll be cool 20 hours and I'll pay you 20 grand. Well, I'm sorry it went down like this, so we had to lose the nature of the business. Smuggler's blues, smuggler's blues. Sailors and the pirates, soldiers and the law, pay off and the rip-off, the thing nobody saw. It's heroin, cocaine on hand. Got to carry weapons, cuz always carry cash. Lots of shady character, lots of dirty deals. Every name's an alias in case somebody squeals. The little piece of money, it's got a very strong appeal. I'm sorry you went down like this, so we had to lose the nature of the business. Smuggler's blues, them smuggler's blues. Why don't you play that, Danger? Every day, say they're gonna stop it, but it does not go away. Move it through Miami, let's sell it in LA. Hot it up and I'll tell you that the meat is here to stay. It's propping up the government, Colombia and Peru. NDEA, man, they say there's nothing we can do. From the opera to the president, right down to me and you. Me and you. It's a losing proposition, but one you can't refuse. The ultimate enticement. Smugglers blues. Them old smugglers blues. Cosmic man, do your thing.
Yeah. Oh, Will, man, you got it going on. You got it going on.
Smuggler's Blue.
Where was that?
Where was that? That was in the marina, in Brighton Marina, actually. Quite a long time ago now. It's got to be 10 years ago.
Yeah. Absolutely jamming it, though, I tell you. Let me see now. Where were we with who was doing what? Let's see now. Pete, we were talking about you on Get Ready to Rock Radio. That's what we were doing on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. And
I also got an interview show, which is what I had Boris on the other week, on Sundays at 8 o'clock, which is the Pete Feenstra feature.
Pete Feenstra, is that what it's called? Pete Feenstra's feature?
Yeah, that's the one you were on as well, actually, a few months back.
Yeah, but we didn't film us, so I thought we were just audio.
Sorry?
Oh yeah, we were just audio, and that's Boris is just audio as well on Mixcloud.
It's an audio, yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it's called a radio show.
Sorry, no, I've seen some footage with you talking to Boris, but it was actually his photo, not actually. Take that back. Sorry.
Right. In fact, I used to do video interviews before I ever did radio, but it's just. I think I like to think that when you're doing a radio thing, that people listen more than they do when you're watching a video. Actually,
I think. Well, yeah, you have to watch. You have to listen because that's what. If not, you turn it off, wouldn't you? So here, there's too many other things going on. Basically, we try to do a chat and music here, just to kind of entertainment sort of thing. And
I think it's great the way you drop into videos. It's a great idea.
Excellent. Thanks, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Now, Robert, we're going to go back to the Ealing Blues Festival and tell us a little bit about that and where they can get tickets, please.
Okay, can I just make one comment that you were talking earlier about the state of the British blues scene? I think there was a greater and deeper malaise which affects the music scene in this country in general. And I think that our music scene went into a state of decline when they took away the student union subsidies in the 80s, because before that we had a vibrant university circuit, and every university in the country had a folk club, a jazz club, regular big gigs, and you would think of the Who live at Leeds, big chart-topping bands playing university gigs. And that for me was when the Thatcher government took away those subsidies. You look at the music business, it's run by ex-social secretaries. People that's where I got my skills. Harvey Goldsmith was another one. John Giddings, who runs the Isle of Wight, he's another one. And then we saw the atrophying of the pub rock circuit, which is once again, I think, due to a lot of government issues. And a couple of years ago, I spoke at an all-party political group at the House of Commons about the state of live music in London. And the problem is that our government will not give music the kind of tax concessions that it gives the film industry. And if it actually gave tax breaks and redemption of business rates, then a lot of venues will actually adopt a music policy. So I think there is a big issue with music in this country, and it's not. And
there's a good reason for that.
To the blues.
The other thing you should never forget is the fact that when the Celtic economy happened in Ireland, and there was a mass exodus of Irish, particularly out of London, it left all the venues disappeared, all the music venues.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Pete. I mean,
I'm not following that. I don't understand what you mean by that.
No, Pete is absolutely right on this.
I'm not following that. I don't understand.
Well, okay,
if you look at the British pub rock scene, it was actually all fueled by Irish landlords.
Yeah.
Right. And still today, a lot of the landlords that I see running gigs have an Irish heritage to them. The Hanwell
Hoosie, 90%.
The Hanwell Hoosie, which is now the biggest free one-day festival in London, came out of the Irish community in Hanwell.
I see.
So you're absolutely right.
Okay.
So anyway, Ealing Blues Festival. Ealing Blues Festival. Just put Ealing Summer Festivals into your browser, and it will take you to the Yearling Summer Festival website where you can get the tickets.
Okay, that's great. And before we're going to keep going around the circle, but Patsy, we want to play I Found You. Well, not that I found you, Patsy, but that's what I mean. We want to play I Found You by Richard Townend.
Lovers aplenty. I've met haters too. I've met many liars and cheaters too. I've met the genuine. I've met plenty of fake. There's people who give and people who take. But I thank the world that I met you. I thank the world I found you. I found you. I found you. Time ever ridden so high, I had to catch my breath. I've fallen slow and I was out of my depth. When my mom died, a huge part of me died too. But she said carry on, just like you. But I thank the world that I met you. I thank the world I found you. I found you. I found you. I found you. with me bad. I've been high as a kite, become slightly mad. I've done stupid things which I regret to this day. But my saving grace is I can say I thank the world that I met you. I thank the world I found you.
Excellent, Richard. That's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful song.
Thank you.
Richard, since we got you there on the mic, we got half your head cut off, but let's see. I can see you on there. Oh, there you are. There you are. That's better. Richard, where can we find out more of your music and come see some of your gigs?
Yeah, so it's richardtownend.com. That's my website. You can see all the videos on YouTube / the Mighty Boss Cats. Mighty Boss Cats. That's it. Yeah. And you'll find about 100 and something videos on there, including ones with Nigella Lawson advertising us, and Peppa Pig, and yeah, lots of things on there. And I've got a new album coming out, and this is actually quite interesting. So I did Live in Moscow, which was recorded 2019 with some fantastic musicians. And the new album has really been a lockdown album. I've not been in the studio with anybody. And I've had Denis Nazarov, who's a fantastic bass player from Russia. Anton Ilyin, who's just an awesome keyboard player from Russia. I've had Marcus Cliff, who plays with Manfred Mann and Mark Knopfler. So it's basically acoustic guitar, vocals, bass track, and that's it.
Okay. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. And I've put all the links up as well on the Facebook and on the YouTube. I'll put all your links on there as well. So if anyone's missed it, because I am kind of intermittently around, it's been about 15 minutes of introductions, but you can catch that on the Facebook. And don't forget, you guys, to go. Oh, first of all, go ahead and subscribe to our Facebook channel and follow us on subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Facebook. That's Live Talking Blues TV. Now, you're our last show for season 1. We've finished season 1 with you gentlemen, and I thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Season 2 starts up. Patsy and I, let's bring Patsy out of the green room. Season 2 starts up in September 8th. Well done, Patsy. We've had some technical problems, but we got it done. This is Live Talking Blues TV, and you will follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd like to give a special thanks to our guest, Mr. Boris Litvintsev. Did I say that right?
Cheers, Boris.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kat.
So much. Thank you so much,
Patsy.
Boris. Thanks, Patsy. Now, if anyone
Thanks,
wants
Will.
to say,
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Richard.
thank